Starbucks says you better buy something or get out of the store. A pizzeria is charging $125 per pie if it's got pineapple on it. And a sports team has fired their Falconer for sharing explicit photos of his prosthetic penis. These are the weird stories on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast. And I know you're a fan. Starbucks has a new rule. You better buy something or you have to leave the Starbucks. Starbucks says it is reversing rules for its cafes in North America that previously allowed people to use their facilities even if they hadn't bought anything. Oh no, where am I going to host my Saturday afternoon dice games now? These changes, which are set to come into force on the 27th of January, are a U-turn from a policy that was introduced by Starbucks 6 years ago that allowed people to hang out in Starbucks outlets, use their toilets, use their Wi-Fi, use their tables and chairs, hang out without making a purchase whatsoever. Now, this new move is part of the Back to Starbucks strategy, which is a plan that was announced by the firm's new CEO as he tries to tackle the dipping sales. You know, you might want to consider also making your product better. That's just an idea. But I also agree with this move, too. I don't like Starbucks, but I can't be mad at them. A standard cafe, most businesses, bars, restaurants, whatever, if you take up space that could be taken up by a paying customer, they ask you to leave. So, yeah, you should buy something if you're going to be there. Unfortunately, Starbucks for a number of years has been used for basically a free restroom, a place to get some free water, free Wi-Fi, and to just sit around without buying anything. It has been used that way I witness it all the time. Here in Los Angeles, there's a couple of Starbucks in particular that I have to avoid because I know the kind of clientele that are in there. They're not even paid customers. These are basically homeless people that are trying to get some air conditioning in sunny California. Did I say homeless people? I meant the unhoused. So sorry. Unhoused. Please don't cancel me out of the closet. I should be better at this term, unhoused, because I'm one of them. I'm unhoused. I haven't lived in a house. I can't remember the last time I lived in a house. It's been apartments for me, guys. Okay, back to the new rules of the Starbucks. The world's biggest coffee chain says its new code of conduct, which also addresses harassment and bans smoking and outside alcohol, aims to make its stores more welcoming. They're banning smoking and outside alcohol? I didn't even know that was okay to do those things in a Starbucks. Wow. Today I learned I could have been getting smashed inside a Starbucks this entire time, but I never took advantage of their rule which allows outside alcohol. Oh, man, Daddy could have put some Baileys and whiskeys in those talls. You know that could have went down. We have a quote from a Starbucks spokesperson. Implementing a coffee house code of conduct is a practical step that helps us prioritize our paying customers who want to sit and enjoy our cafes. The company says the new rules will be displayed at every store and staff will be instructed to ask anyone who violates the code of conduct to please leave. That includes allowing employees to call the police when necessary. Yeah, this is going to be a challenge for the employees. I feel bad for them. They're not paid enough to also be a bouncer. And the sort of people that you're going to have to bounce, they're not the kind of people you want to interact with. You're just not paid enough to do it. You know there's going to be major issues. Perhaps violent situations are going to unravel because of this. You know, what you need to do is just call the police immediately. Just ask them to get out. If they just growl at you, call the police immediately. I wouldn't even mess with it if I was a Starbucks employee. You're not paid enough to deal with it. Hey, here's an idea. How about you get some security for every Starbucks if you want to do this? You know, spring for some security. I don't know if that's the answer. Here's the answer. You put pigeon spikes on the chairs, right? And if you buy something, the pigeon spikes go down. And now you could sit on the chair. You guys familiar with pigeon spikes? I guess you can look that up. It says here, in 2018, Starbucks decided to allow free access to its coffee shops and restrooms after the controversial arrest of two men at one of its Philadelphia cafes. I don't know if you guys recall that story. Two black men were arrested at a Starbucks who were hanging out, and it ended up being a very bad PR situation. So Starbucks really, they went hardcore into the, all right, fine, anyone can come, anyone can hang out. And now you have, a situation where there's creatures in there. Yeah, I mean, it's become the universal free toilet for Americans because we don't have public restrooms. And this is going to continue to be a problem with the bathrooms in the U.S. if we don't provide public restrooms. We're a very wealthy, very modern culture. You would think that we would have access to public restrooms. Even if you had to charge 50 cents, so what? We could use some public restrooms. Anyways, I guess this restroom's going to disappear for a lot of people. They'll have to use the public library. Oh, have you been there? Oh, that's another rough place. You don't want to hang out for too long. A lot of unhoused people using the bathrooms and the free Wi-Fi and computers and the air conditioning. A lot of them sleeping on tables is what's going on. That's what I noticed. Spend a lot of time at the public library. I do, because I like to read and stuff. I'm a big fan of supporting the public libraries. The issue with the public library is you can't bring in outside alcohol. They really frown upon that, and I just can't stand that because I really want my bottle of Malibu rum next to me when I'm using those computers. Okay, jokes, guys, jokes. Other changes that are going to be introduced later this month for Starbucks include offering one free refill of hot or iced coffee for customers who buy a drink to consume on the premises. Wow, I love that change. A free refill. Wow, that should be the headline here. Free refill at Starbucks. I don't remember them ever offering such things. Oh, yeah, totally. Give me a refill of a cold brew. Are you kidding me? I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. A pizzeria is charging customers $125 if your pie comes with pineapple. This is a very controversial topping. This pizzeria is really making a stand here. They're charging $125 for a standard Hawaiian pizza. They're doing this to deter customers from choosing this controversial pineapple topping. Or you could just not offer it. I know, that's crazy. It's just, I guess it's so difficult to just say, oh, so sorry, we don't have pineapple, and then to put it on the digital menu. This is ridiculous. I assume this is some sort of PR stunt. They want to bring attention to their pizzeria. Here's what you do. You want pineapple on your pizza? You order a cheese pizza. You go to pick it up, and you open it up right in front of them on the counter and dump your own pineapple right on it, right in front of their face. And then you say, take that, pizzeria. And you also bring a boombox, and you play Rage Against the Machine while you're doing it. Hey, yo, it's just another bomb track. And you know it's all of that. That's my Zach De La Rocha impression. Pretty good, right? And you know that it's all of that. By the way, as an aside, here's a fun thing to do if you're out and about. You happen to be singing karaoke. Sing Killing in the Name of from Rage Against the Machine. Because the outro of that song, you drop the F-bomb like 1,000 times. And you get to watch the customers turn to you in shock with their jaw dropped as you scream, F you, I won't do what you tell me. F you, I won't do what you tell me. Over and over again, like 30 times. Just a fun way to spend a Saturday. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you guys tips on how to live life better. Oh, one more thing, though. Don't do it at a Chuck E. Cheese. You get kicked out, I learned. All right, let's get some more details about this pizzeria that's overcharging for Hawaiian flavors. Lupa Pizza in Norwich, Norfolk, UK. Oh, pizza in England. Like, listen, pizza in England, you need all the toppings you can get to make that edible, is my guess. I never ordered pizza in England, but I can just imagine the quality. Come on now. Okay, so the Lupa Pizzeria has really drawn a line in the sand, made their opinion very clear by jacking this price for the Hawaiian on their menu. The cheeky menu description reads, yep, for $125 you can have it. Order the champagne too. Go on, you monster. When asked why they decided to charge such a large fee, the owner's answer is simple. They hate pineapple on pizza. Well, what do you care if other people order it? That's more business for you, is it not? Seems very foolish. And by the way, you know what maturity is? Maturity is allowing others to enjoy what you don't, as long as it doesn't harm you. That's called being an adult. I think people need to be reintroduced to the qualities of adult behavior these days. It's so sad. Especially as it surrounds this whole pineapple pizza topping. It's just so polarizing. It's like politics these days. You got people on both sides of the fence, and they just hurl insults at each other. It's going to be a pineapple pizza war at some point in the future. I predict it. What side are you on? It's funny. There's other toppings that you can see people giving pushback on, such as, I don't know, broccoli. I see broccoli on pizza often, and I'm kind of like, this is kind of a pizza topping, but not my favorite. But nobody's having a war about broccoli on the pizza. For some reason, this pineapple just making people insane. Meanwhile, you go to Italy and there's all kinds of toppings, like squid ink and salmon and hot dog. Like, they go bananas. All right, we got some quotes from the co-owner here, who says, "I absolutely loathe pineapple on a pizza." And the head chef agreed, saying, "I love a pina colada, but pineapple on pizza, never. I'd rather put a bloody strawberry on one than that tropical menace." You'd rather put a strawberry on a pizza than a pineapple chunk? Well, now I think you're just talking out of your neck, lady. It says here, the team at the restaurant, which opened in June, has creative pizza specials like beef shin rendang and garlic whipped tofu, but pineapple is where they draw the line. You put tofu on a pizza, but you're anti-pineapple? No, that's just crazy to me. Tofu on a pizza? Come on. It's way too soft. All right, let's learn a little bit about the history of the pineapple pizza. Did you know it was invented by a Canadian guy named Sam Panopoulos? He was a Greek immigrant. He invented it in 1962. He was inspired by the sweet and savory tang of Chinese-American dishes. Pretty cool, Sam. That's a nice contribution to the culture, I think. Of course, I'm a little biased because I like pineapple on pizza. I'm not a big fan of like the traditional Hawaiian with the ham. I like to go with bacon and pineapple. That's what I prefer. Bacon, pineapple, and I'm even okay with having olive on there. Oh, yeah, so good. You guys into pineapple on your pizza? Call the show and let me know. 646-450-2012. Lastly, I just want to say this business model where you overcharge something that you don't want instead of removing it from the menu. This is something I would do if I owned a karaoke bar. I would offer the karaoke's free. However, it's $20 if you want to sing Piano Man. I'm just over it. I don't want to hear that at karaoke anymore. It's way too long. I'm just sick of Piano Man. You're not going to convince me otherwise.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. Sometimes the most painful part of getting sick is the getting better part. Waiting on hold for an appointment, sitting in crowded waiting rooms, standing in line at the pharmacy, that's painful. Amazon One Medical and Amazon Pharmacy remove those painful parts of getting better with things like 24/7 virtual visits and prescriptions delivered to your door. Thanks to Amazon Pharmacy and Amazon One Medical, healthcare just got less painful.
An Italian soccer club has fired its Falconer over sharing explicit photos of his penis implants. That's an amazing sentence that I think needs repeating. An Italian soccer club has fired its Falconer for sharing explicit photos of his penis implants. Should we say it a third time? I mean, this is absolutely entertaining. We have an Italian soccer club, football, some of you refer to it as, but, being an American, I'm going to use the term soccer in this particular story. Even where I see football spelled out, I will use the term soccer as a replacement term. Ha-ha! And you have to deal with it because I have the microphone, so you have to listen to everything I have to say. Italian soccer club Lazio have fired a man responsible for handling the club's eagle mascot. This is after he shared some pics and videos of his own prosthetic penis online recently. It's rather odd that a soccer club has a Falconer. Yeah, that's they got quite a budget though. It sounds like on Lazio, this Italian soccer club, got a Falconer. His name is Juan Bernabe. He has handled the eagle named Olympia since the 2010 season. He flies the eagle over the Serie A club's Stadio Olimpico before the matches. This Falconer handling an eagle. I didn't know. I thought if you were a falconer, you only handled falconers, right? Wouldn't you call this guy an eagler, handling eagles? Not to be confused with a parakeeter, someone who handles the parakeets. Let me look this up. Oh, no, a falconer handles any bird of flight. So that goes for parakeets and pigeons as well. It's weird to call a pigeon handler a falconer, but okay. back to the story. We're learning a lot here about falconers who get penis implants. Lazio, whose crest is emblazoned with an eagle, have parted ways with Juan Bernabe after he shared images and videos of his penis on his social media after undergoing an implant surgery. The Lazio representative said they were, quote, shocked by these images and that Bernabe has been fired with immediate effect. Well, you can't blame the guy. I never got a penis implant, but I'd imagine, it's like when you buy a new hat. You just want to show it off about town. You always just wearing your hat, taking out your hat, showing everybody your hat, even wear it inside the house because it's a new hat and you love it and you want people to know that you have it. Now, the soccer club added they're aware of the pain that the loss of the Eagle mascot will cause to the fans for upcoming home matches, but added that it was just impossible to associate their historic symbol with such an individual. Bernabe defended his decision to publish the videos. I don't know how you can defend that. Telling the radio station that he was trying to bring awareness to the operation and shared it on his private social media, adding that, quote, nudity is totally normal. I grew up in an open-minded naturist family. Yeah, it's not normal to share it on social media, stupid. What do you think this is? This guy's an idiot. He doesn't feel regret at all. No, well, that's normal, showing my penis on Instagram and Facebook. What is wrong with that? I grew up in an open-minded time when you could just flaunt your genitalia, even if you ordered it on Amazon. The 56-year-old man was suspended by the club in 2021 as well for performing a fascist salute at the end of a match. This guy, they didn't get rid of him then. They're like, fascism's all right. It's that prosthetic penis photo on the gram. We do not approve, sir. You're making our club look bad. How about you keep it in your pants, but keep raising your fascist salute after games? A little more palatable. Wow. Sounds like a very confused sporting agency. Bernabe was filmed making the salute and chanting Deuce Deuce, which translates as leader, leader, and is commonly associated with former fascist Italian leader Benito Mussolini. At the time, Bernabe said, I did it and I don't regret it because I admire Mussolini. He did great things for Italy. Of course he doesn't regret it. He doesn't regret taking out his penis on Facebook either. Well, I could say this for Bernabe. This is pretty good news. He's definitely getting his money's worth for his prosthetic penis. It definitely works because it's already screwed his career. Hey, detachable penis. Detachable penis. Hello, everybody, and my loyal listeners of the Weird AF News podcast. Thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. I would appreciate that. And if you're listening on Spotify, I would appreciate 5 stars. Yeah, give me some 5 stars. Doesn't take more than a second to give 5 stars on Spotify. Very helpful. Let's give thanks and praise to Mama Gigi. Mama Gigi bought me some coffees off my website, weirdafnews.com. That's where you can go and support the show, weirdafnews.com. She wrote, hey, Jonesy, been listening for a few months now, and I always listen to your podcast at the end of my news shows. I do this for 2 reasons. 1, I'm thinking about starting my own podcast. 2, after listening to all the horrible news, I need to laugh. Yeah, that's one great reason, by the way, Gigi, for listening to this podcast, is that you need a laugh after the mainstream news. She says here, I appreciate the work you put into your shows, Jonesy. Thank you for your great accents and for the dry puns. She writes, P.S. I'm available if you ever want a sidekick or you need a substitute closet comedian. I got you. Also, you look exactly like what I pictured in my mind's eye. By the way, I'm a clairvoyant, psychic medium, and a life coach. If you ever need anything or you want to talk to funny Uncle Bob, have some matcha on me, Jonesy. Blessings of protection from the fires and anything else that could happen to your well-being, health, or the closet. And in Los Angeles, you know that is a lot of things. Blessings of health, joy, peace, and prosperity for your body, mind, and soul in 2025 and beyond. Love, Gigi. Isn't that sweet? Very sweet of Gigi to wish me blessings of health, joy, peace, and prosperity. Super nice. Blessings of protection from fires. That's very useful right now. So I like that. I'm going to have to turn down your offer to be my sidekick for the podcast. I get just... I guess I should have a disclaimer here. I get a lot of offers of people that want to be a co-host for the show. Oh, and I have to turn everybody down. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but you know what? There's a saying: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The podcast is doing fine, and this is the format. And if I was to change it, do you know how many pissed off listeners I would get? I would never hear the end of it. Believe me. I've tried to make little changes, and even then, I get, I've had some blowback on tiny changes. Never mind a major change like having another person on here. That would just drive listeners out of their minds. So that's never going to happen. Just letting you all know that. So if you guys are thinking of making me this offer, you could you could just stop right there with that. All right, I'm gonna publish some phone calls after this. If you want to listen, you can always call the show. I think I left the number earlier in the podcast. I also have an email, funnyjones@gmail.com, if you want to send me any stories. Appreciate that, and good luck with your life, man.
Hi, Jonesy. It's Juba in Columbus, Ohio. It's good to hear your voice. Really, it's been so frightening. Out your way, it's been frightening everywhere. But everything's going nuts, weather-wise and Mother Nature-wise and whatever the hell wise. But I'm just glad to hear your voice and glad to hear you're doing okay. Sorry you lost your car. Hondas are amazing. You'll get another girl to replace her. Anyway, I'm wishing you the best, and good luck with your life. Good luck with your wife. Good luck with your life. Good luck with your fife. Do you play the fife? Hey, just good luck, man.
Hey, Jonesy, this here's Skeeter calling from Jacksonville, Florida, the largest city in these here contagious 48 states of the United States of America. And I'm glad you didn't burn up in the fire, you and your closet, but I was sad to hear that your car got totaled out. That's pretty bad, being in California without any kind of way to get around. Anyway, I heard your Florida Friday story about those two gay men. Shay men. Not that there's anything wrong with that. About killed each other because they had asshole parasites. And I wanted to tell you my story about asshole parasites. It was last February, and Governor Ronnie DeSantis had signed a law where you could shoot bears if they was attacking and killing you. And me and my cousin Chunky were going to go camping in the woods. And by the way, his name's Chunky because when he was a kid, he used to eat chunky candy bars all the time. So he got the nickname Chunky. Plus, he's just a fat kid. But anyway, we went camping in the woods, and we took us a block of bush. In case anyone's wondering, that's not like a bunch of girls. That's a 30-pack of Busch beer. And so we're sitting around the campfire, and we're drinking all the Busch beers. And, of course, when you're done, you throw the can in the fire. That's just what Florida men do. And it's getting hot around the campfire because it is Florida. And, it's getting hot. So, we end up naked sitting around the fire, junker. And then Chunky, he remembers he's got a can of that Hiawatha beer, that Hiawatha drink from those Amazonian Indians in his truck. So he goes and gets that because all the beer's gone, and we drink that. Pretty soon we feel like we're hallucinating, and we're rolling around on the ground and hugging trees, and both of us hear something in the woods, and what do you know, this black bear comes out. And of course we're Florida men, so we got guns, and so we shoot that thing. And we remember that Ronnie DeSantis signed a law you could kill your bear if he's attacking you. So we killed that thing, and we barbecued it up and ate it. And what do you know? We come down sick, and we got us a case of trichinosis. So we got antibiotics, we got better, but turns out those bears, they got parasites in them. Turned out to be an asshole parasite, just like those shaman gaymans out in California that tried to kill themselves. But anyway, that's my story of asshole parasites, and I just wanted to pass that on, Jonesy. But turns out that law didn't even go into effect until July 1st. But we didn't tell anyone, and that bear was going to attack and kill us. But we probably could have just shot the guns and scared them off. But anyway, that's our story. And good luck with your life, man.
Jonesy, I listened to your the episode, like, were you recovering weirdest stories or something? And I'm not usually the kind of person to call in because I don't like the sound of my voice, but I just had to when I heard that he was calling them the judge was calling those stories for those sandwiches Mexican sandwiches. There's a word in Spanish for sandwich. It's not the same as taco or burrito. And Jonesy, I just thank you for bringing this story to my attention. I will keep fighting the good fight because, I live down south. So, I get a lot of Tex-Mex, a lot of good Mexican food. And, we do not call it a sandwich shop. And I really think we should stick it to that judge. Anyway, love your show. See you later. You're really funny, I guess. I mean, yeah, you're fine.
Hey, Jonesy, it's your buddy Adam from Los Angeles. It's funny that the word liable starts with the word lie. Good luck with your life, man.
Pod Daddy, his name is Jonesy, broadcast from L.A. County. Pod Daddy enlightens with his views. Pod Daddy on Weird AF News. Pod Daddy, Hot Daddy, Wop Daddy, Pod Daddy. Jonesy on Weird AF News. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Pod Daddy,